Hello, hope everybody is alright. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now. I'm about to show you a bike that I've never ridden before. Actually, a brand that I've never ridden before. It's an English brand. That might be a clue for you. I'll just get back now and let me show you the bike. So we've got here a Triumph Sprint GT 1050. It's my first time riding a Triumph. Well, it is going to be my first time because I haven't ridden it yet. But yeah, let me tell you a small story about this Triumph. Back 2020, 2021, when I bought my first bike here in the UK, I was looking like crazy. I was looking at all the bikes available on the market in between £2,000 and £3,000. My budget was not so high, so basically I was looking at everything. I was looking at Honda CBR F4i. I was looking at Triumph Sprint GT 1050, like the one here. I was looking at all kinds of bikes. Eventually I chose the Z1000 SX. I had a bit of luck and I got a good offer on one of them, but this was one of the bikes that I wanted to get. Do I regret it? Will I regret it? I don't know. I'm gonna ride the bike and I'm gonna let you know, but straight from the get-go I can say that this is a really nice bike and hopefully it's gonna ride as nice as it is.
And we're on the bike, boys and girls. Let's see what is this bike about. Well, first impression, I like it. I really like it. Let's accelerate here a bit because we're in a 60. The sound is really nice. The sound is just spot on and it just pops and bangs with that, I think it's a Beowulf exhaust. But when we're gonna have a walk around, I'm gonna show you the bike nicely. A lot of things are going on right now. It's a lot of like you have the exhaust popping, you have this beautiful engine accelerating, you have this unknown roads to me because once again we're in London, well, somewhere in Ilford actually, on the outskirts of London, and we're trying to review this bike. This bike is more than I was expecting it to be honest. Okay, let's see, Chigwell right, let's turn right then, and we'll see where this road will lead us. Would be nice if you would actually indicate. Wow, nice. I like how it handles. Okay, let's start with the first thing as always. Mirrors. Well, you can definitely see everything in the mirrors. There is just one small thing. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but they vibrate a lot. I mean, a lot. Even now, the road is not the greatest, but it's not the worst. And they're just, I mean, look at this. I'll show you in the walk around video. And I really don't like the looks of the mirrors. Yeah, they look kind of outdated. But it's not a modern new bike, so you kind of expected that. Let's move on to the next thing, which is a very big thing, especially for me and my wife, the comfort. Well, I can't say that it's as comfortable as my Ninja, but honestly, I felt like I'm at home straight away from the get-go. I felt good from the first thing, like the handlebars are a bit taller. So the top yoke is here and the clip-ons are a bit higher, just as on the Ninja. But anyway, I'm leaning forward a bit more, just a tad more than on my Ninja. But nothing to be complaining about there. It's kind of a similar position like with the VFR 1200. I have to do a review with the VFR that my friend got as well. I've done one in Romanian, I've done the review in Romanian, but I've got to do it in English as well, because these two bikes are very similar to each other. Okay, let's pay attention here a bit, because it's a lot of traffic. It's a beautiful day, by the way, today. It's 26 degrees today in London, well, most of England, which makes my heart just pump with joy, because I really love warm weather. But let's get back to the bike. Like I was saying, comfort is really nice. Of course, your knees are pretty bent, so and pretty high as well, and also the foot pegs are down, not backwards a bit. So you're sitting in a very sporty position, I would say, but in the same time really, really comfortable. My wife is also saying that she sees very nice there. You would have seen the panniers and the top box already, but anyway, we're gonna have a walk around again. You're not gonna see the panniers in the walk around, but you would have seen them in the intro, because it's a lot easier to travel, not to travel, just to test the bike without the panniers. The engine is my first time riding a Triumph, and actually is my first time riding with a triple cylinder engine. It's just my very first time. I think the sounds that it makes is just absolutely beautiful. No complaints about the sound. It's just beautiful with that exhaust especially. But I would say that it needs a lot of RPM just to start feeling that it's pulling. Don't get me wrong. It's a fast bike. It's a very fast bike. It's just lacking that grunt from the down low. But it's not a problem. It's a three-cylinder engine, and that's why it needs a bit more RPM to get going. As long as you are above 5,000-6,000, where it's from 6,000-7,000, it's gonna be an explosion, and it's gonna be filled up with power. So you can easily go touring on this thing with full panniers, full top box, and a pillion with no problem whatsoever. We're gonna go into 60 now, and we're gonna overtake this guy, provided the fact that no cars are coming, but cars are coming. Okay, second gear, let's accelerate. Beautiful sound, absolutely beautiful sound. I would say that lately I was used to having like a digital speedometer, and this the dashboard on this bike is fully analog, and it's a bit hard to keep track with the speed, but I'll do my best just not to break the speed limits. Even though it's hard, the sound on this bike is pretty addictive, man. Well, we've done the comfort, now and we've done the engine as well, which is absolutely great. The gearbox, there is one thing I don't like. The gearbox is really nice and smooth, but the gear lever, I'll show you, it sits very high. I don't know if there are some adjustments that can be done, but it sits very high, and then this is something that I really don't like. I'll just show you the walk around. But probably it's adjustable, so I need to do that, because in order to change the gear up, I need to take my foot off the peg, and then I need to take my foot off the peg again just to be able to downshift. So that's a downside of this bike if it's not adjustable. I mean, it's not suited for me. The seat itself as well is pretty nice, even though it's a stock seat. No complaints. Of course, like with any motorcycle seat, if you're gonna do an upgrade, like with some gel pads, things are getting a lot nicer. It's gonna be a lot more comfortable than it is now. Okay, let's turn right again now, because honestly I've got no idea where I'm going. Well, because we're stopping, let's talk about brakes. Braking power for the first time probably. I'm happy with it. Usually I'm not happy with the brakes with the front brakes on most of the bikes, but this one it's fine. Okay, let's do a bit of braking here. Yeah, the front is fine, the back is fine either, so no complaints in that regards as well. Remember, I didn't think that I would like it that much. I mean, I really feel like home. It's a pretty bumpy road, and the suspension, the front shocks and the rear shock just absorbs. It's a bit of water here, so I'm trying to avoid it. Absorbs every bump in the road. I'm feeling super comfortable. But I can't get on the fact that it feels so nice while riding it. It feels so nice. As I was telling you in the beginning of the video, this was one of the bikes that I was looking for when I bought my Z1006, and I can't say that I'm not happy. I regret the fact that I got the Kawasaki, but this is a very good choice if you are on a budget, and if you can find one of these GTs. Believe me, you will be super happy with it. It doesn't feel very modern as like a 2020 plus bike, but it doesn't feel old either. And it's nice. Let me tell you a couple of things about handling now. Well, it definitely feels a bit on the heavier side, but nothing to be too worried about. While you're like slow maneuvers riding in town, yes, it's a bit of a problem because this bike has a very long wheelbase and it's pretty hard to filter. It's not like pretty hard. You're gonna get used to it. Let's accelerate here a bit. And downshift. Beautiful. I like it. But because of the longer wheelbase, the same as on the VFR, it's very stable. Once you're going about 50 miles per hour plus, it's becoming like really stable. I mean, I can take my hands off and it's just straight as an arrow. And I'm sure that is a mile muncher, especially on the motorway. It will just eat the miles with no problems. And this is something that I like. I haven't tested how it feels on the twisties because there are maybe we'll find some twisties, but I can feel that it wants to lean over, and it's so easy to lean it. It's so easy to tip it in a corner, and once it's in the corner, it just stays there. It feels like it's on the railway. I haven't even looked what tires is it on, but I'm sure it's not some brand new tires. But we'll check the tires as well. But definitely it feels so nice when maneuvering and handling the bike. Handling is spot on also. We're gonna stop now and we're gonna do a walk around. I'm gonna tell you a couple of specs about this bike and then we're gonna come back with the conclusions. But so far, I'm really enjoying this bike.
And let's do the walk around now. So we've got a 2011 Triumph Sprint 1050 GT. Let me start with the first thing. I want to say that there are two variants of this bike. There is an ST and the GT. This one is the GT. What are the differences? Not too many people are saying these things about the differences between these two bikes. I didn't know as well, but I've researched a lot trying to find out what's different, and there are a lot of changes. The gearbox, the ratio on the gearbox, it's a bit different. The wheelbase, it's longer on the GT than on the ST. Apparently the headlights, we haven't been riding it in the nighttime, but the headlight on the GT is better than the ST. The side panniers, because the bike is coming with the side panniers, they are bigger and they have a nicer shape if you ask me. The seat also, it's very different. The pillion, it goes up, so the pillion sits a lot higher, which is not very comfortable for the pillion. And one more thing, the exhaust, it's under the tail, so we've got an undertail exhaust, not the one like that. And apparently the GT has 5 horsepower more than the ST. This one has 128 horsepower and 108 Newton meter torque. You can definitely feel all that power, but it's coming in the higher RPM, as I was saying when we've test ridden. It's coming in a bit 5,000–6,000 RPM, so when you're riding in town, when you're going first, second gear, it's just a bit, she doesn't like it. I don't know how to put it. She doesn't like it. It's a bit jerky, but that's because of the weight as well, because we have a 265 weight on this bike, so you can definitely feel it. I've been riding it in town in the past 20 minutes or so, even though I wasn't planning to ride it in town, but as I was saying before, I'm not familiar with the roads around here, so yeah, I was riding it in town, and because of the weight, I had my wife on the back as well, so it feels heavy. It definitely feels heavy. If you are a beginner, I'm not recommending you this bike just because of the weight of it. We've got 815 millimeter height seat. It's pretty nice, pretty nice and low. No trouble with that. And this is how I look on the bike. So as I was saying, my back is a bit leaned forward and the knees are pretty bent as well. The foot pegs are a bit back. There is one thing with the foot pegs that I don't like. I think they are a bit under the bike, so usually you're staying with your foot a bit wider, let's say, a bit out of the bike, but the foot pegs being so much in the bike, they are just a bit short. So I would have liked them either to be a bit longer, either the footrest itself to be a bit on the outer side. But that's just me. Maybe somebody else is gonna feel totally different about that. If you come around, I'll show you the dash here as well. There is not much info on the dash. It's an analog, even though it's a 2011, it's still an analog clock. So there is not much information, but you don't need more than that, to be honest. We've got the clock here, we've got the fuel gauge, we've got the engine temperature, we've got the odometer, and obviously here we've got the RPM counter, a couple of lights for check engine, ABS, and oil as well, and the main speedometer, which goes up to 160 miles per hour. And in terms of controls, everything is nice. Switch gear here, it's plastic, but everything is nice and sturdy. I like the way how it's built. I like this big bolt here as well, and the fact that they put this Triumph logo there. Yeah, okay, let's take the ignition now. One thing that I would change, just to make the bike feel a bit, not a bit sportier, but it will feel a lot, it will look a lot sportier, changing the windscreen. Changing the windscreen will alter the front of the bike completely. I'm not saying that it's an ugly bike, but I think I would have designed this headlight a bit different. I like the bike a lot. I like the way that the fairings are coming here like that. It's clothing the bike. It's taking the bike, hugging the bike. So you're pretty protected in terms of wind. But I wish that could have done something different with this headlight. But again, I'm just being subjective right now. Maybe some other people just love the looks of the bike. What I was saying with the mirrors, if you're gonna come closer, I'm gonna show you why the mirrors are vibrating so much. Maybe it's just with this bike, I'm not sure, but have a look at this. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. Look at this. So they are not sturdy. Probably that's why they are vibrating so much, and not the engine itself. On the tail section here, of course, I think it looks pretty good, but I think it looks better with the panniers, because having such a long wheelbase and having such a long tail, when you take the panniers off, when you take the top box off, actually let's take the top box off as well. Let's see if I know how to do this, because I haven't done this. That's very nice and easy. Very, very easy. And have a look at it. It's not like it doesn't look sporty, but you can feel that the design, it's a bit oldish. We've got an SP Engineering. It's made in the UK. I thought that it's a Beowulf, but it's not. But it sounds spot on. Okay? Just listen to that. I think it complements the bike nicely. And I really like the mono arm here. It's exactly like the VFR 1200. It looks really, really nice. And the paint on the bike is nice as well. Yeah. The wheels haven't been refurbished or anything like that. It's got 36,000 miles and it still looks good. I mean, Triumph is doing a very good job with these bikes. This model is discontinued, unfortunately. I wish they could have done something else just to replace this, something more modern, have a TFT dash, have a bit of a shorter wheelbase, but still to accommodate panniers and a top box. Proper sports touring. I hope they will come back and do one of these. I hope you guys like the bike, because I definitely enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it more than I thought that I would. It's a really nice bike. We're just gonna jump on the bike now and come back with the conclusions.
Guys, we're back for the final stretch of this review. So if you're looking for a sports touring bike, you don't have too much of a budget. If you've got about 3,000 pounds or so, I'm pretty sure that this is one of the best choices out there. I don't know if you can find the VFR 1200 for the same price. The VFR, it's a superior machine to this one. But for what it's worth, I would buy one of these bikes. I mean, there is not too many complaints about it. Yes, it doesn't feel very modern, even though if it's a 2011, well, I'm saying that, but 2011 was quite a while ago. It's 2025 already, so Yeah, but it doesn't feel as modern as you would think. If you're riding a modern bike, you'll know what I'm talking about. The handling and everything else. Obviously the analog dash and so on. But these things don't matter at all. They don't matter at all, you know why? Because this is a great bike. Especially for the prices now, this is a really, really good bike, and I would definitely go for it if I was in the market to buy one of these. There are not too many downsides. Like I said, the foot pegs are not the best. The back suspension, as well, riding more in town, I've went to those speed bumps, those small and very tall ones, and being with my wife on the back, the central stand hits there. So this is another thing to bear in mind. It has a preload adjuster, so I'm sure that you can you can dial up on the plus, so it will be a bit firmer, and probably it's not gonna do the same thing again. Okay, let's take this roundabout now, and you will see what I'm saying about handling. I mean, the turning circle is pretty nice. I mean, you can do it, but the long wheelbase doesn't allow it to do it in a very short. Of course, when you've got the pinion, it's a bit harder to maneuver a bike. But yeah, overall, just great bike. Just go and buy it. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment. I really appreciate the subscribers lately. It's been up like 500 or so, which is a very nice surprise for me and for my channel as well. So I appreciate your appreciations towards myself, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!